Ghost Rider versus Five Nights at Freddy's. I can't make this stuff up because I have no idea what the people in Hollywood are smoking. Willy's Wonderland. Basically, it's the premise of Five Nights at Freddy's, only instead of hiding in the control room, the hapless sacrifice fights back because he's Nick Cage and Nick Cage is awesome. Even when he literally, apart from some grunting, has 0 lines throughout the flick. We don't know anything about his character. We know he is OCD, he drinks weird soda, and when the eyes are off of him and he's left to his own devices, he's surprisingly relatable to the neurodivergent crowd. He's actually really awesome. As for the rest of the cast, you got your generic slasher bait, including a final girl who actually has a nice bit of backstory that we learn later in the flick. We got the sheriff and her reluctant deputy who have a bit of an arc, but I wished it was slightly better than it was. I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say if you're rooting for them, you're going to be disappointed. But there is a bright side. The bad guys, the owner of the cursed establishment and his lackey, who, as it turns out, have been feeding people to these monsters. Well, let's just say their arc is worth waiting for. As for the animatronics in question, they were done practically with both people in costumes and tons of oil, not blood, oil, in order to keep the gore count down. And it was genius. It was awesome to watch the fight scenes, even if there was a bit too much shaky cam. And while it would have been extremely messed up to see red coming out of the creatures, all that oil that they leaked ended up allowing for gore without actual gore. So just like with World's End and the Blue Blood, they were able to subvert certain movie rules. And while an hour and a half is a bit long for this type of story, it's not boring. I mean, it has a good pace, and the various situations that the characters get into was entertaining. Overall, if you have good or even bad memories of Chuck E. Cheese, or you've watched Mark Fishbach, aka Markiplier, play Five Nights at Freddy's, this is definitely worth the watch. I mean, the stuff some of the characters get up to is insane, but in an entertainingly good way. I can't recommend this enough. I really, really wish it had been in theaters. Stupid COVID. But overall, if you can get this over the internet, you need to see it. There need to be more numbers in the positive for this flick, because it is well worth searching for. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, it's your birthday and we want you to have fun.